And welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 557. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside the one and only, it's the man who has also beat Resident Evil Requiem. It's Mr. Paul Despawn.
I did it. I beat it.
It would have been so money for a bit if you threw it over to me.
Yeah, no, would have been bad. I'm not gonna lie. And of course we have the one and only Crash. Crash, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Fix?
Do you know what? Tottenham lost today, but it doesn't matter. It does matter, and I'm upset by it, but it doesn't matter because Resident Evil Week, man. Resident Evil Week, the game is out. The game has been beaten by myself, and we will get into all of that in topic of the show. But before all of that, if you didn't know, this is My Xbox and Me, our weekly Xbox podcast, right here on youtube.com/officialmxam. Don't forget, you can support us on patreon.com/mcfixer. And if you haven't already had a chance to, please go check out our D&D podcast that we did. It's called My Dice and Me. Out now. You can watch all 4 episodes that are out. The first 2 did really well. The third one slowed down. The fourth one's very slow. So guys, in terms of views, not in terms of the content, it's the same all the way through. Go and watch it. Really happy with how 1 and 2 have performed. Go and watch 3 and 4, please. I would appreciate it. Got some good feedback on it as well. I'd love to. There's stuff in the works when Matt hasn't been bit by a snake or, killed by a giant spider. I don't know what he's up to right now. But when he's back, I'm sure we'll have a conversation and figure out where we're going with our D&D podcasts and things of that nature. Topic of the show, boys. Resident Evil Requiem review, spoiler free, of course. We'll start from the top as we always do. I've beaten it. Despawn's beaten it. Crash, how far in are you?
I'm about 3-ish hours into the game. I'd say maybe around 4. I'd probably put it closer to 3, 4.
Okay. We'll start with you. Initial thoughts on the game.
Yeah.
The only reason I want to start with you is because I think going into Resident Evil Requiem, you were the one that was the most not sold on it.
Yes.
So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts, especially your opening 3 hours.
Yeah. At first, I was a little weary even starting it, and I was like, I don't know if it's gonna hit. And then it starts hitting, and I feel like it doesn't stop hitting. Even the spot where I was like, it's not gonna work, which was the Leon part, which I didn't think I'd like the Leon part. I said that before, and there's still stuff that I dislike it, that I'm not super. I don't want to say dislike, because even my whole time, even during the Leon bits, didn't dislike any, right? Which I think is a big takeaway. Some parts that I'm not super favorable about, thought played super well. I think overall, I really enjoyed the overall flow of the gameplay. I think they stepped up their design in terms of horror elements, even with like the scarier moments. I think it's like, I haven't played all of 8, so I'm not sure how it compares to 8, but I think like at least compared to Resident Evil 2 remake, which is the one I constantly go back to as being the one that is probably my favorite, I think this is a big step up in that, and a lot of different ways they do it. There's a lot of jump scares, but there's also a lot of ambiance, and they mix it up so well to where the jump scares shouldn't scare you because of all the ambiance they set up. The jump scares still work, or they'll throw you off with the jump scare where it's like, oh, this isn't scary, and they'll do an ambiance thing afterwards that you think is going to be a jump scare, and it isn't, and it kind of throws you off. It's just a really good mix of a lot of stuff they do, and I took notes for this game while I was playing. I would love to talk about some of these notes, but I think a lot of these notes are spoilers about specifically stuff like that I don't want to go into, because I don't think I think talking about it just a little bit and even trying to be vague, you ruin a lot of those more intimate moments in the game that I think are really worth experience from what I did. So yeah, I walked away super impressed with what I did. Leon's action feels good. I think there's a weightiness that I don't think is there in the Resident Evil 4 remake in this one, that is really satisfying. I think the pacing difference from going from the combat in Leon to playing Grace actually works really well, and it makes me hate the way they described it of going into a sauna to cold bath. I think that was a horrible way to describe it. I really like what they've done with the game so far from what I've played.
Yeah, to piggyback off of that literal last statement, I wish they didn't do as much talking about this game and they just showed us the trailers, and then. And don't get me wrong, clearly it's worked. The game sold really well. It's reviewed amazingly. But yeah, going in without the whole, that analogy and a bunch of other analogies that have obviously been said, it's really interesting. Yeah, I am in love with it. I'm in awe of it. I really am. And no surprise, but you might say no surprise because I'm a big Resident Evil fan, but historically, if you look back at Resident Evil now, if you take out Remake 2, Remake 3, I wasn't hot on 7 the way everybody else was hot on 7. I wasn't hot on Village the way everyone was hot on Village. And this really is almost perfect in the way that it treats the old Resident Evil fan along with the new Resident Evil fan. Almost perfect. And for me, there's a reason why I can't say it's perfect. I can't say why because again, don't want to spoil anything. But we will be doing a spoiler cast for this game 100%. So expect that relatively soon. Just need to know if Matt wants to be a part of it or not, and then we'll do it. Probably, I would say expect it at the end of the month. That way it gives a lot of people enough time to have played it, and it's still in the conversation enough that it's worth putting out. But yeah, the game itself is a beautiful love letter to Leon, and introduces such a interesting character in Grace, for a multitude of reasons. And I think by the end of the game, you're left satisfied in more ways than one, for me at least. I agree with you, Crash. I think this might be my second favorite Resident Evil gameplay ever. Like,
Yeah.
I think, like, it's it's hard to say and compared to like Tank Control Resident Evil, which obviously holds such a special place in my heart because those are the first games I ever played. But for me, Resident Evil 2 is really the pinnacle of Resident Evil for me. And I think gameplay wise, this is the way Resident Evil is supposed to feel in 2026. Everything down to how, like you said, weighty Leon feels, the armory of weapons in which Leon has at his disposal, even towards the end of the game where you get more stuff. I think it's done in an interesting way. I don't think it's perfect, but it's interesting. Not gonna say anything more on that. But yeah, I am in awe of this game. I love this game. Story from start to finish. I was locked in. I did a 16-hour stream playing the game. And yeah, just absolutely loved it. Despawn,
Hi.
thoughts?
Echoing quite a lot of what you've said I think this is the best experience I've had in a Resident Evil game. That doesn't mean it's the best game, but I think it's the best experience from start to finish. I feel like it's been the one that has just kept me gripped through the entire thing. There was a bit actually like near the beginning. I think there's the care center that, like, I'm not going to talk like story spoilers, but like the areas, like it's the first main area one of the first main areas you get to. I found that I got a little bit lost in that for a little bit. And I felt like, because I was playing on normal difficulty, and I felt like the ammo issue was a bit more prevalent there. But I think that might just be because I was very gung ho to start with. So there was lots of moments where I was like, I had like 2 bullets and I had to get past 3 zombies and that kind of thing. But yeah, no, as I've been playing, because I have completed it and I have started again. And now that I have that knowledge of the map and the area and stuff, it makes a lot more sense to me. But the newcomers coming to it, I think there might be some confusion going into it a little bit. But I think, yeah, I echo what you guys have said about like Leon feeling great. Like his emphasis this time specifically, even leaning more into his melee combat, feels really like visceral and weighty, and I love it. Leon's story from start to end is fantastic for me. Again, no story spoilers, but like I think this game, the thing that for me, again, like we don't talk about like obviously we talk about you being the big Resident Evil guy fix, but like Resident Evil was my childhood. Like it was the thing that like I've got zombies tattooed on my arm because of things like Resident Evil 2 OG. And yeah, this game is such, while it stands on its own really well, like almost flawlessly, I think it is such a love letter to nostalgia in all of the best. Like, it's very easy to make something nostalgic and it be very hamstrung in and like feel like you're being force fed these moments. Requiem does such a good job of just letting it flow naturally, and to the point where it's like the payoff is so well done. That like oh man, I want to do the spoiler cast now so bad.
Yeah, no,
I want to talk about
no,
so many
100%.
elements. But yeah, no, it is so like it's so well done. The writing is so good. Grace as a character is so well written. I think it was very easy to come into this and be like, this is going to be Leon's game, and Grace is just there as like a foil to kind of like balance it out. But I feel like Grace's elements kind of like her motivations throughout the story are really well written as well, and I think how she reacts in this situation is so well written and so well played by the actress. Unfortunately, I'm sorry I don't know her name, but I think she did such a wonderful job. I think everyone did a wonderful job with this, and yeah, I can't wait to play through it again. Like I'm halfway through my second playthrough at the moment, just to try and run through it again and collect some more of those things. I really like. This might be the first game where I've actually put the effort to get like the unlimited weapons and all that kind of stuff in it. Like I enjoy Resident Evil for the story more than anything else. So these whole like speed runs and things like that, I'm not usually bothered by. But I think this might be the one that I'm like I 100%, which I think is the greatest compliment to a guy who has sod all free time. When I just want to put all of it into this game.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, you're right. It's very hard to speak about without spoiling.
Mm-hmm.
But you're 100% correct. I think it does a really good job of, and I think this is where like I'm going to review it, and I'm working on a review at the moment for it. But like, I think my head is at a 9, and I think the only reason it's not at a 10 is because of I wanted a little bit more nostalgia. Not that it's not there, because it 100% is, but again, without spoiling a story moments, I'm not going to be able to say exactly what I mean. But yeah, the world that's built here is really interesting. I think it might be graphically my most beautiful game that I think I've played in the last couple of years, at least. Especially like the opening of the game when you're Grace walking down the streets and stuff like that. If you really look at those environments that have been built and the weather and things of that nature, breathtaking. Absolutely breathtaking. It's ridiculous what the RE engine is like.
I don't get how they keep doing it. Like, it's such a good engine.
I mean, they keep doing it, and how they keep doing it consistently, pretty quickly in the grand scheme of things. But I think it's a little bit similar. And again, being somebody who plays all of these Resident Evil games, right? You do look at some of the assets, and I go, that could be an asset flip. Not in a bad way, in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
But like, if you think about it, obviously we all know that you visit the RPD in Requiem. They showed it in the trailer. So it's like, well, they already have the RPD. There's a lot of work to be done in terms of what else you get to see in it, but that's done. That's already done. Like, just little things like that I'm like, a very smart business decisions and smart storytelling that allows for them to probably turn around this game a little bit quicker than maybe we expect. But yeah, that being said, I'm just honestly blown away. Absolutely blown away. Leon's story from start to finish is such an emotional journey for someone like myself, because I've been with this character for so long, right, from the OG games. And again, if you're somebody who hasn't been through that emotional journey, I still think you feel his emotional journey going through it. So
I will say, I feel like in the bit that I've played with Leon feels I don't know if it's fair to say this, but I'm going to say the best written he's been in the bit I've played. I feel like it's the most rounded version. I never beat 4 remake, so I don't know if that changes throughout the course of that game, but comparing it to 2, this version feels just like a lot better. I like how they also made him seemingly like more gruffier, and there's like reasons for that and all that stuff. It's all just really, really well done, where it felt like a next step for the character, where a lot of times you have characters coming back and it's like, oh, here's insert character again. And this didn't feel like that. It didn't feel like they were giving you Leon for the sake of, we know Leon sells game, which I think is like really, really positive for the game as well.
Yeah, I think you got to give Capcom a lot of credit when it comes to Grace as well, because to play as a character that's not powerful is always risky, because the character, again, it's not risky in survival horror games as such, because that's part of the arc of a survival horror game, right? Is like start off low, build up to superpower, Grace. This game doesn't really do that. Like, Grace is still Grace at the start, maybe a more confident version, I would say. Not to give too much away, but you don't become like superhero doing body slams and things of that nature. The one thing I do want to, again, the system of picking up the blood and all the other systems that are built into this game. I remember when we watched it, and I was very much like, not sure about that. Again, old man, MC Fixer, that's not my Resident Evil. How dare you? It works. It works. It's good. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It makes sense to the world. Like,
also, it gives the player a really interesting agency thing. Go into like just a little bit of gameplay. I don't want to go into too much, but you can craft stuff in the game, and so like you need scraps to craft bullets, or you can use those scraps to craft the blood injection that you need to stealth kill enemies. And I think that agency is also like really, really interesting, and something that you don't necessarily have in every Resident Evil game. You obviously have inventory management, and that, especially when you're playing as Grace, is there in abundance in the beginning of like, what do you want to keep? What do you want to pick up? At first, I was trying to pick up everything, and I'm like, I don't need these 3 plants because now I have to combine them into one, and I'm wasting healing. And like, it really forces you to be. No, 100%. It's not a negative. It's not a negative, because even when Despawn mentioned like not having enough bullets, I feel like that is as well, for me at least, a Resident Evil experience. Like, I had a good chunk of like that, the opening section where I had no bullets and I was just running around, swerving around zombies, and that's kind of like the experience that I feel like Resident Evil is supposed to give. To a degree, especially early on.
As I'm in the moment, like I said, with this replay where I'm trying to speedrun to the end and just get through everything and collect everything as fast as possible. Like, I'm starting to see those patterns and like ways to do that. So like, I know that if I came into this like on a fresh like classic playthrough again, I'd be like a lot better for it. But yeah, no, it was just, again, I'm not all like, it's not a negative at all. Like, I definitely felt like But
I feel like the game's also. When you're playing as Grace and you're trying to run around zombies, there's some times where the zombies won't really attack you, but they'll grab you and the cinematic will change and they'll pull you, and it adds the depth of like.
Sorry, I forgot to ask. No, because I totally agree with what you're saying, but I forgot to ask, what camera view are people plan on?
I went with the recommended, so I went first person for Grace and third person for Leon.
That's exactly what I did as well.
On my current playthrough now, the second playthrough, I'm doing both in third person. Just to see what it's like, but first person for Grace all the way through.
I'm doing the same. I tried Leon in first person for a little bit, and I don't know why. And I'm like, this just feels off. So I switched back to the third person view.
They do a really cool thing later on with Leon, even in third person as well, which when you start upgrading weapons and things, which you'll see, and it's like, okay, cool, this makes perfect sense for what's going on. These one probably knows what I'm talking about. The perspective change sort of thing. But I'm
gonna say I don't think that's classed as a spoiler. You get scopes.
I'm not saying it's a spoiler, but I'm just staying away from everything. All right, I'm away from everything. I'm not taking any risks out here. I'm a Resident Evil fan. If there's someone listening to this podcast and they can't afford it right now, I'm not gonna be the one that spoils anything. All right. Even I opened up IGN's review and I was like, started to look at it and I was like, what am I doing, bro?
I'm out of this.
No. Like, it's spoiler free, but like, even saying, I don't even want to say when the jump happens for when you start playing as Leon, because to me that was such a like, what the hell?
I agree with that.
I was like, again, I don't want to say too much, but
I will say the perspective switches in general, at least from what I've played, are all very well done. And again, it goes back to like the hot tub and cold shower comment, where it just makes it like a worse comment when you play the game. They do all that. They handle both characters really, really well.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
will. Yeah, I think again, I'm not going to talk story spoilers, but like gameplay mechanics, I think the way that they balance it out really well, not just story wise, but like I think it's. I kind of see what Capcom was saying in so much of like it feels like a breath of fresh air when you switch from one to the other. Like neither overstay their welcome. So like you spend like a tense like 20 minutes, 30 minutes of grace time, and then you get to blow off steam running around with Leon shooting everything that moves. And then when you start to feel like, okay, maybe this is going to wear a little bit thin, the story switches back to grace, and you've got those moments. And I think they've got the balance perfectly for me in that aspect.
I agree, but I don't think they said breath of fresh air.
No, they were like again.
Yeah, they did it to like an extreme.
But again, yeah, bad analogy aside, I kind of get what they were aiming for. And I kind of agree with it. I think the way that the two sides of the coin balance each other out, and it's never on one side for too long.
No, 100% agree. 100%. Yeah. What else do I want to say? Like, I think we're doing a disservice to the baddies in this game. I think they have amazing motives. I think they make total sense. Even towards the end, certain characters that you're just very surprised about. And again, there's enough meat on the bone for certain characters that you, as a hardcore Resident Evil fan, you have so many questions that by the end of the game get wrapped up in such a nice way, which is really, really nice and cool. Again, Raccoon City, I'm not gonna go in too much detail. I don't think you've not been there yet, Crash, but it's so cool to go back there. I do have some negatives about it, but
they're off the spoiler cast.
Well, yeah, I'm trying, yeah, because yeah, and it'll be in my review if you want to watch the review. Fine, but yeah, I have there's a few. I not to go into too much detail. I wish we went a little bit further in the city, but again, you'll get to it. But yeah, it's
the one
there's
thing
so
I will.
many.
Yeah, go on.
Please. No, please.
I was gonna say not story spoiler, but there was a specific. I can remember the specific moment exactly as it happens when you come up to Raccoon Police Department.
Yeah,
and it's the moment. It's not even when you see the police station. It's the moment when you're walking up the stairwell that you remember running down.
Again, I'm not going to get into too much detail.
Yeah,
I don't want to get into too much detail, but
I know what you mean. Yeah,
it's cool. That moment is very, very cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
And it's funny because that moment you're talking about, I stood there and I was around that area for quite a while because I was reminiscing so much. Again, as someone who's played a lot of RE2, I was like, oh, cool. And now I get to see it from this perspective, which was really cool as well. But Easter eggs in this game, there are so many. So make sure you spend a lot of time getting all of the Easter eggs. Thankfully, it wasn't a great thing, but thankfully Haley was sick, so I got to play it with Haley by my side the entire time. So she read every single note for me, and those notes, if you're someone who is skipping them, you're doing yourself a disservice because Crash, if you're skipping them, you're doing yourself such a huge disservice.
I mean to skip them? No, absolutely. I'll pay more attention to them.
I would. They give so much great context, not even just from a hardcore Resident Evil fan, but just the entirety of.
I skimmed them.
Things.
I skimmed them to read what they're about. Should I like fully read all of it?
I would.
Okay.
I would. Yeah. I think they're worth it. I think they're worth it, and I think because I know where you're at as well, roughly. I don't think you've missed any of the big ones. So. Especially the back half of the game, I think are well worth reading. And I think they're going to play such a huge role moving forward for the entirety of Resident Evil. It feels like, to me, Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8 were like a reset to the Resident Evil franchise, a soft reset to get new fans in, which they did. So thank you to Ethan, I guess, for that. But this Requiem and where we're going to be going beyond Requiem seems like we're finally getting some more meat on the bone for me, for stories that I care about within the Resident Evil world, which is really nice.
I
Yeah,
will say, like, I was just gonna say with Ethan and like 7 and 8, they're Resident Evil games and they're horror games, right? But I think 9 is the first time where it's like, oh, it's the more modern take on a survival horror game, meeting like that Resident Evil feel where it's like I'm playing this game and I got the same vibe I did when I was playing Resident Evil 2 remake, which I don't get with 7 and 8. Not that it's a negative for those games, they're
No,
just different experiences.
yeah, and but I think it's again pacing, character development, camera perspective. Again, the genius of them finally developing third person, first person off the bat is huge because it really does give you the perspective of both sides, and you get to enjoy both sides of it. And again, and you can play it however you choose to as well.
I think that's it. I think it primarily it caters to both sides of the audience, right? It's like it gives everyone what they want. Like if you are the classic, like we are the Resident Evil fans who have been here since day one, who want that third person over the shoulder gameplay style, you've got it. You've got it in both characters if you want it. If you are somebody who's just joined recently with Village and Biohazard, then you've got the first person look into that world if you want it, and you can mix and match as and when you want. Like if you get bored of doing it all in first person halfway through, you can just switch. It's fine.
Yeah.
The game doesn't penalize you, it doesn't make you go back anyway. It's like it lets you mix it up as much as you want, and I think that's what works in its favor the most is the fact that it gives so much like agency to the player to play this game how they want and experience like you say, if you are Crash who's just like you're not really like big into the world but you just want to run through and play this story, you don't have to read through all of the paperwork, you can just skip it. But if you are like me and you, like I need to like absorb every piece of this world, there is so much extra here that while it adds like an extra layer of enjoyment for me, I don't think it's missed if you don't have it. Like I think there's still a great story here. I think there is definitely contexts, but I think you could quite happily play for this side game and skip all of them and still have a good time.
I will say also with like all the notes and stuff you pick up, it's very in your face if you want to go and read it. It's like in the main menu of you finding those notes and you having them all there to be able to go through it, and they have it sectioned off of like this is the area you found it. So if you get at the end of section and you're like, oh, I want to read all the notes that were there because it got really interesting, you have the capability of going back and reading them.
Yeah, which you've always
really nice.
You've always been able to do that. Always.
I feel like in this game it's more in your face than it has been in past, at least from what I remember.
One thing I do like what they've done is I don't know if you've got there yet. Yeah, you would have actually. Like if you open go to a safe and you've already found the file, it literally has it like, yo, your files are here. You might want to check your files to see if you have this code, which is the in your face in which you're talking about, right? Like the answer is there for you if you want it and if you can remember that you've picked it up and things of that nature, which is really, really nice. Just quality of life as well. Which is nice.
I was going to say, do you think that's kind of catering to the TikTok brain of us all? Of like,
no,
I disagree. Yes,
because I was going to say, because like Resident Evil's always done that in case of like putting information in the paperwork that you find and the files. Whereas like a lot of people will just like skip and miss context. And the fact that it will be like, oh, you get to a safe, go to your files and get the information that you skipped.
I think it's weird, right? Because I was playing it with Haley, obviously, the whole time. And there's certain puzzles we're trying to figure out. And she's like, oh, let's go look at all the wallpaper work and see if I'm like, H, I love you. This isn't Blueprints. Like
to be fair to her, it was one of the rooms where I was in. I'm like, I don't know where it is. It's got to be somewhere around here. And then I went and looked through the things. I'm like, oh no, it's somewhere in the files.
Yeah,
the information is in the files.
But I think that is the modernization of gamers and TikTok. I do think it is TikTok brain, and I do think it is the gamers don't like to get stuck anymore. Me included, by the way. This is not me pointing out to other people. It's like, you can't even. One of the negatives of this game is the puzzles for me are not. I don't think they ever get to a point of challenging. If I'm being honest, and I think that is by design. I don't think people want hard puzzles. I think people want a puzzle that is simple enough that makes them feel like they were smart, but they don't want to actually have to think.
So the way I take that is really Grace as a character, and maybe I'm overreading this, of her being an FBI agent and that just sort of being like her field. Because the way I take it is like her having the journal and they're all in her journal or whatever. And I really play through that and have those moments similar to like Nathan Drake in Uncharted, where you open his journal and you flip through the pages. It's not as cinematic as it is in Uncharted, where you're actually flipping through pages. But that's how I've always perceived. That's how I've been perceiving that content.
Interesting. Okay.
Personally, you could be right.
That's
it could be a mix of two, where they we need to do this, but let's find a way to make it fit or something like that.
Yeah, sure. I don't think it's that. I think it's them going. I think it's them going. Okay, what points of Resident Evil 2 did people drop off? And was it after the third medallion? Was it for after the second medallion? Was that too challenging? Because again, those are not hard puzzles either. But there are people out there that got frustrated with those puzzles. And again, this game doesn't even have that. It doesn't have a medallion puzzle. Like the puzzles in which you do have your, again, going experience for yourself. But I do think they're all very, 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 very simple, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think they're a lot more simple than than Resident Evil 2. I think there are a couple, like I don't want to say which ones, but like in the care center, I think like you have to pay attention to photos and things that are around to get the answer.
Yeah.
There is one that involves a pencil that I didn't realize for like 5-10 minutes until I came back in.
Instantly.
I didn't.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So there are things like that. It's like if you don't pay, it's the things where if you're not paying attention, I think I might have just been like zoning out or something. But like and I think it was one of those things where it's like I saw the pencil and I was like, I don't need this right now, and then wandered off. And then I was like, that. I think that's where I started getting lost a little bit because I think obviously I just zoned out a puzzle. Yeah, so it's a me issue. I was clearly a me issue. Yeah,
yeah. I think
I got really
the game points you to the whole pencil as well.
Yeah, no, it does. I got lost as well, these one, just to let you know. Like there was a good, I would say probably 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes of me going, where the hell do we need to go? We've done this, we've done this, we've done this, we've done this.
I wonder if it's the same part. I had something happen to me and I wonder if it's the same part.
Was it because something was chasing you?
No, okay, so it's not the same part.
Mine was something was chasing me, but it blocked an area that I totally had erased from my memory because the thing was chasing me. And then I didn't go down a hallway.
I think.
And I'm like, how have I not gone down this hallway?
Yeah.
Like, oh my god! And then it clicks, it happens. You're like, okay, cool, perfect. And then you move. It gives you that I feel smart moment, but you don't really feel smart. You're pretty dumb. You could have just thought about it a little bit more. But
no,
but,
I think it was around that same hallway that I got stuck a little bit. Not for that reason, but like something around that kind of like kind of got me confused. And I just I kind of just did that thing where I just went running around just killing everything that moved instead.
That's why I have the 2 bullets.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's it. It's like because I killed everything, and then I was like, well, I still can't do anything. Maybe I'll just start like exploring areas that I've not been to again yet. And it's like,
I had a moment of that, and the answer when I found it, I was like, I am so dumb. I felt genuinely stupid, not smart.
Yeah, I will. So, all credit to Capcom. I will give them the 100, like, such good level design, I think, in so much as, like, like, now that, again, I keep going to this second playthrough, because now I know it, and I'm recognizing how well it's done, because there's those moments, like I say, in the first playthrough, I'm just like, I'm running around wherever and having a look around, but then, now that I'm doing it again, and I know where to go, and I'm like, right, I know from here I need to go, oh, it's only over there this time. Cool, great. I know where I'm going to get that. And then I can do this. And then when I've got that, I can loop down this way. And I can go over there and I can get that. And I can go into the garage. That's all I'll say. And it's like, I know from the garage, I can take this path to get here. And here's a shortcut that I've made. And they did such a great job in their level design in that aspect. I think that Capcom just never get credit for it, I don't think. Or we never talk about it. It's like we always talk about the story and the combat. It's like I don't think we ever really talk about like their level design, and I think they've done such a good job in this. And again, it's that whole thing of like the way that they build a linear path But then they will also build, like, if you go off to the side and, like, you find a loop back and you can, like, find a secret hidden area, and so you can get those 100% unlockables. And they do such a great design philosophy around that. And I think, yeah, it's so well done.
It's a Metroidvania without being a Metroidvania. In a lot of
absolutely.
ways, and done very, very well in a way that it doesn't feel like that's what you are, but that's basically what you're playing in this game in a lot.
Oh, 100%. 100%. What else I want to talk about? What else is there to say? If you are someone who is sitting on the edge and you are like, oh, I don't know whether I should play this, you should play this. I will say my playtime, I beat the game in, I think in the end it was like 10 and a half hours. I'm seeing a big conversation right now on the internet about people a little bit upset that it's 10 and a half hours. No issue with paying what did I pay? 60? I think it was 60 on Steam.
59, yeah, 60. Yeah,
Oh, 70
for deluxe.
Yeah. I paid deluxe. I did buy the deluxe version.
Same.
So I have no issue with paying £70 for a game of 10 hours of this quality. I think people are they're comparing it to Clair Obscur, and they're comparing it to other games like that, which were obviously at a cheaper price point. And I'm like, I don't think you quite understand what's here then. If you've not played it yourself.
I will also say, if you play this for 10 hours and then don't ever play it again, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. Like, this game is so well built for like multiple playthroughs, with the way that they handle their challenges and unlocks and things like that you can get for other extra runs. I like some of the like challenges. I like to complete the game without ever using the blood mechanic, never using health, do it in a certain amount of time. And yeah, like they've got so much stuff in there for like speedrunners and completionists that you can get. Like, I know for a fact that like my playtime was like 10 hours 40, and I know that I'm gonna like triple that easily, the amount of time I put into this game now going forwards.
Yeah, again, I don't think, but again, from a first playthrough, I just think people are doing it a disservice by, again, and it's the vocal minority out there on Twitter and stuff, you know, they're just like, oh, 10 hours, I'm paying £70 for a 10-hour game, you crazy? Like, I'll pirate it. I'm like, you're crazy. You're absolutely crazy.
It's quality of game over quantity of game. You can have a 100-hour game that is not worth anything that costs $70 that I would rather, you know.
Yeah. Do you think you'll finish it, Chris?
Yeah. Oh, I fully intend to finish. I want to do the spoiler cast. There's I like literally most of my notes that are really cool moments that I just want to talk about. I'll be honest.
I have give it a week, but if you are a fan of Resident Evil, make sure you keep an eye on my socials. I have taken so many photos in this game.
There's so many like just moments of you walking somewhere, and they're just there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, but if you even I feel like even referencing the moment kind of ruins it if somebody sees it coming ahead of time, that I'd rather not.
Yeah. I'll talk about it off stream, but like off recording, but there is a photo that I've taken that is like, I think it's a 10 out of 10 photo. Like, genuinely. I in fact, did I send it to you, Fix? No, I didn't. I sent a different one to you, but there's one I captured. Send me that one. I will send it to you, and it's just like, it's the best. In fact, in my new playthrough, I'm using a different costume, and it's even better. That's all I'll say.
Not going to spoil what the costumes are, but you've already seen them. Actually, they announced them, if I'm not mistaken.
They've announced a bunch of stuff.
Version. I'm a little bit disappointed in the costumes, I will say.
Really?
Because I went back after I finished my game. I went back and like changed some settings. And again, this is a spoiler. I don't think it is. I don't consider it a spoiler, so you should be fine. Like, there's a audio one which lets you change it to the retro Resident Evil 2 sounds. So when you're doing the menu from like the original game, like original 2, so it's like do 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 and all that, like all the Resident Evil sounds, which is really cool. And the music can be turned. So that's what I'm gonna do for my second playthrough. And then the outfits, I just think the outfits are a bit naff, if I'm honest.
So
I just regret killing Lady Demetreus so much, and with that already got announced. So
that's deluxe edition. But I will say, they're not all the costumes. There are
there's more you can unlock.
There are more costumes you can unlock through challenges and stuff.
Interesting.
And the CP points. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just say if you are a long-time Resident Evil fan, you will be happy.
What if they got the 90s one again? The polygon one? No? You can tell me. Just tell me. I don't care if anyone
Is
gets
that spoiler
else.
cast?
I don't care. Just tell me.
No, they don't.
Okay.
At least
fine,
they don't yet.
Don't tell me anything else.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll send you a
Crash,
photo later.
Play it.
Yeah.
Bits of advice for you. Play it. Again, maybe you won't care, but play it. Check your notes more regularly than I did. I missed 5 notes in the entire game. And there was in Raccoon City, I missed 2. And I just couldn't. We spent time, and I just couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure it out. And then I literally saw a video, and I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!"
Yeah. So again, to give them credit, I think they've done it before. Note collection carries over through playthroughs.
What do you mean?
So if you miss a note, you don't have to collect all of them again.
No, yeah. You just collect the ones you missed. Yeah,
just collect the ones you missed. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I do. The one thing I do wish this game did have, which it doesn't, is at the end of the game, I wish it had section chapter points already for you.
Right.
So I could go back and just do Raccoon
The
City. I could
random-
just do this. I could just do that. I wish it had that, but
Yeah.
It wouldn't it be a little bit weird with a survival horror game?
Yeah, probably, but I still want it.
You want it where it's like I don't care about balance of like let me just go have default equipment for that section or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't care.
Or just give me what I would have obtained up to that part. Because don't get me wrong, I'm gonna do another playthrough anyway, so it's not that big a deal for me. But it would have been nice instantly. I wanted to jump straight back into that one section because I was like, I don't have a save there because I only did 2 save files, which was like one of Grace and one of Leon because I wanted to see their photos. That was literally why I did 2. But yeah, other than that, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I have to replay the entire game to get to that section, which it's a bit of a shame, but it's fine.
Maybe that's why it being 10 hours isn't a negative then. Not long to get.
I don't think it's a negative.
I don't think it's a negative either. No, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think it's a negative anyway. But yeah, be careful if you are on the internet. I say be careful. I realize spoiling stuff is just the thing that happens now, isn't it?
Yeah, you just have to be quick to. I almost had something spoiled for me for this game earlier today, and then the second I saw it on my screen, I shut it off, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm off the internet for right now. I want the algorithm to think I don't want to see that.
Yeah. So my issue is, I'm a mod in your Discord, your personal Discord as well as ours. By the way, join our Discord. Lots of clips
join
going
the
in there.
Discord. Yes.
My problem is I've got OCD as well. I don't know. Matt's on a tear.
No. I incentivize chat. I said to chat, everybody who clips something, I will pay them £1 if the clip gets used on TikTok.
Oh wow!
So everyone was like throwing it. Reese made me 40 clips.
My mum wants some money.
And he played, and he was only there for the first 6 hours.
Okay.
So yeah, and then but everyone killed it. Thank you to the MC Fixer community, which obviously has a big crossover with the MXM community. Everyone killed it. To be honest, they weren't doing it for the money. I know that for a fact. But they got so many genuine, amazing moments. I put one out on Twitter, which is the early part of the game. All I'll say is nose, and you both know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
And literally, my reaction to that. Go and watch it. Don't do it right now, Crash, because you might get spoiled from some other stuff. But when you can, go and watch it because I'm like freaking out. It's like, oh my god. So it's nice when you have a game that I'm this excited for, and I have those genuine moments now that I get to watch back throughout the entire thing. So yeah. And a little plug, my full playthrough will be up on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/mcfixer. So if you want to watch my entire gameplay, they'll be going out day by day for the next 10 days. So episode 1 out now. Go check it out if you haven't already. If you don't plan on playing the game yourself and you want to experience it and see what all that magic was like, and you don't have to hear me read any notes because Haley reads them all and she's got a great voice. So go do it.
So I guess the big question is, because this is technically a review, right?
Yeah.
What are we giving it?
Oh, I'm gonna do an MXM review anyway, like a separate one as well. But I'm at a 9 with it. I think gameplay wise, it holds up against any Resident Evil game. I don't think it surpasses 2. just because I like being a little bit less supplies compared to like what you have in this game. Like I like Leon being very rookie. That I don't think you can ever. I don't think that will ever be surpassed for me, and especially 2 remake as well, which is just absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, I think like you said, the world design in this game, probably one of my favorites. Again, it's hard for me because I'm sitting down and I keep saying to people, I think this is in my top 3 Resident Evil games ever. Like I think it may have eclipsed Code Veronica until Code Veronica Remake comes out. For me, but yeah, it's a special game. It really is a special game. I know potentially GTA 6 comes out this year, but I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked to see what beats this for Game of the Year. And I know we've got some great games coming, but it's going to need to do something really, really, really special because this game is really, really special. So yeah, I'm at a 9 personally. What about yourself?
I disagree with you in one particular thing. I think this is the best combat in any Resident Evil game. I think the way that your shots and attacks on enemies have a discernible effect on them. I think they do it so well in this one. And again, like I said, everything else we've said, I think the world design is fantastic. The story is one of my favorite ones. I think the nostalgia hits in all of the right ways and everything fresh is new and interesting. I know we don't do 0.5s, but I would do a 9.5. So for us, it'd be it'd be a 9 just for, like I say, my initial confusion in some of the areas and initially. Probably bring it down a little bit, but I think as I'm going more and more, I might even change my mind and put it as a 10. Like this, like performance-wise, like
a 10's perfect. It's not perfect.
To me, it might be though. Like, it's the thing, like from start to finish, like I loved every moment of the story, and the gameplay is phenomenal.
You can't say it's perfect now. You were complaining about being running around with 2 bullets and stuff.
But isn't that the Resident Evil
game?
That's Resident Evil, right?
I said that's Resident
that's
Evil.
part of the game. No, yeah, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. It could have easily been perfect, but for me, there's a couple of simple things they could have done a little bit more of that could have got this a 10 for me. But it's a high 9 if you're like scaling 9s.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a high 9.
It's just not a 10.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, it's definitely it lands at a 9 for me as well. I think this is the best Resident Evil game for any level of fan. Like whether you're a fair weather fan, whether you're an old school fan, whether you've just joined in the last few years. Like I think this is the best Resident Evil you could play right now out of the entire series.
I think this isn't a bad Resident Evil jumping on point. If I'm going to be completely honest, I think you might be a little bit. Yeah, I think I think it is. It's a good spot to jump on.
Oh, okay,
I think you won't get lost with like Leon. I think like because you'll get what's going on with Leon just by playing it. You get context clues. They do it. It's. I was gonna say it's very like a dragon. Like not like a dragon does that phenomenal. But with this, if it's your first time playing, I don't think you'll be confused with anything going on in the game. In fact, it'd probably make you want to go back if you like it enough to go back and play some of the older games to get more context on stuff that's going on. From what I've played, I'm not too deep.
What would you score it as? I know you're still early on.
Yeah.
But if you had to score it, what would you give it right now? Because I'm interested to see what you'll give it at the end after.
From what I've played, I think I'm on par with you guys on a 9. I think that's where I'd go with it right now. Unless it dips, I see it being my favorite Resident Evil game going forward, besides Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil 5 and 6. And yeah, Resident Evil 0, 5, and 6. Games to be.
It's freaking good.
I see it if it holds the quality of what I've played, please. I see it being my favorite Resident Evil game. I see it easily being a 9, possibly a 10. Like I disagree about 10s being perfect. To me, they're like masterpieces, and I've said this before, but masterpieces don't.
Yeah. Perfection isn't actually perfection, though. You know that.
Yeah, for me, I think I'm with like Crash on that. Like a 10 is like, I think it's I think it's a perfect it's a perfect experience despite the flaws. Like, and again, despite getting lost in the world, I'd still go back and running around in that world.
Fun. I never felt frustrated. Like the moment that I was lost, I never felt frustrated about having to go and search the answer. I just felt stupid when I found the answer.
Yeah, because I knew that it was me that was the issue. I knew it was never the game. It was never the game. Like the game, like you get some games where they have like puzzle elements that are bullshit. Nothing in this game was bullshit. Like everything was well written, well designed. It was just me getting lost in it. Because I didn't pay attention.
A 10 to us is a masterpiece, by the way, not perfect. So
there you go.
There you go. I forgot about our score. I just went and looked at our
Fix trying to get some receipts.
I forgot. So 1 is do not play. 2 waste of time. 3 awful. 4 bad. 5 functional. 6 okay. 7 good. 8 great. 9 amazing. 10 masterpiece.
I've definitely given scores in this game, and I have not adhered to those rules. So I just want to say that.
Well, you better start.
Yeah.
And you've never reviewed a game either.
No. I'm saying like when we give a score to a game, whenever we do something like this.
Well, maybe you should get better at your job, Crash. God damn.
Yeah, I'm going to say on that note, maybe I agree that it should be a 10 then. I think it is a masterpiece.
Are you reviewing it for us, or am I?
I mean, we could both do it. Who? Let's see who does it first.
I don't like that. That might be you. But yeah, nothing else to add. There will be a spoiler cast. I hope you guys will come and check it out. Obviously, we have a lot to talk about, a lot to break down. So expect that, like I say, towards the end of the month. Let's jump into what's been in our box this week. What we've been playing, boys. Let's start off. I'll start off real quickly. Before we get into Marathon, I started Pokemon X and Y, Z and A, sorry. Which again, I know it's not an Xbox game, but still feel like we can talk about it. I like it a lot more than I thought I would, I have to say. So I ended up picking it up, bought a copy off of Vinted for £30, and I was like, I'm in the mood for Pokemon. You know, obviously maybe it's to do with obviously this was before Pokemon's big announcements and things like that. But I was like, I'm in the mood for Pokemon. So I sat down, played it on the big TV. Haley was sat next to me. We just started playing. I'm like, wow, I actually really like this combat system way more than I thought I would. It plays really well. The world is actually really cool and nice to be in. The big issue I have with the game so far, and I probably played it about 3 hours, I'd say, is that game needs VO so badly. Like, oh my god, that game is missing voice acting. And I really, 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 really hope that what is it, Winds and Waves has it. If they're gonna put this much dialogue, I don't think it will either. But if they're gonna put this much dialogue, in Pokemon, and it's I'm getting all over the place. But yeah, it's so frustrating. The other thing I hate about it as well is I hate it when games don't let you go off and explore the world, and it gives invisible walls and stops you. It's like, well, no, we need to go to the gym right now. It's like, screw you, there's a Pokeball over there and I want to go get the goddamn Pokeball. Like, that's the other thing that I dislike about this game. But yeah, it's one of those ones. It's super easy. I didn't realize how easy Pokemon games have gotten. Ridiculously easy. Yes, I understand that it is a kid's game, so I'm not going to be too harsh on that. But yeah, but I had started it. I do plan on finishing it. It is very fun. And yeah, it runs really well on the Switch too. So it's cool. It's nice to actually be using my Switch too. Potopia? Are we getting it? Everyone getting it?
I've heard lots of good things.
The preview's been amazing. You getting it, Despawn? Me, you, Haley? We Potoping up?
I'm tempted. I might actually fire up the Switch 2. I don't know where the Switch 2 is, to be honest. That's how much
She's making me buy one, by the way, next week.
Yeah.
She's making me buy one. She's like, I was like, oh, babe, do you want to play this? Blah, 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 blah. She's like, yeah, all right. And then someone in chat was like, you know, it's Switch 2 only, right? I was like,
ooh.
To buy a Switch 2 now. So
yeah,
thanks, big man.
She'll put more time on her Switch 2 with this than you will.
A
very long time.
Facts. I did say to her, she'd say it's the perfect book game. Perfect, put an audio book in and play this, and I'm like, yes, this is the perfect game for that. And you remember how many hours she put in Animal Crossing?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it was during COVID, but bro, she logged in on Animal Crossing the other day, she said, and her world is, quote, so perfect that she doesn't want to play anymore. She refuses to do anything in that world because it's too perfect. I'm like, Okay, whatever you say, boss. Whatever you say. And then moving on to the next game that I played is something that we all played together. Is Marathon. We all checked out Marathon. How long did you guys stay on after I jumped off? I played 2 hours.
One more match.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, we all
not
played.
long.
We all played Marathon. We checked out the server slam. Happened last weekend. I don't know if it's still on, but
So it's
Tomorrow,
March 2nd. So I think tomorrow it ends. Yeah.
okay. And then it comes out
the 5th.
relatively soon. Yeah.
5th.
I wasn't hot on the game. I will say, number one, I was tired, and that's never a good sign to be playing a game, to be honest with you. So take everything I'm about to say with a tired MC Fixer brain on. I found the game quite confusing. I found the game quite annoying. And again, these are all things that you do experience in extraction shooters, especially early on. Even Ark, which a game that I put many 200 plus hours into, had this for me at the start. It wasn't as frustrating in Ark. I will say I had a lot more fun there. And I think the push to talk in Ark really helps you navigate that world and, you know, be able to talk to other players who are not trying to kill you instantly, to learn sort of things. And this game doesn't really have that.
So it does, but
No.
People don't
It
do
has
it.
it,
Yeah,
but
it's
people don't do it.
but the loop, the reason to not fight somebody isn't there in this game.
No.
Whereas in Ark, there's kind of a balance to it. It feels, or there's at least a community around that. Whereas this is
it's
just
a
like,
community around it. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say like I think even in Ark you have the same reasons to fight someone, especially after you guys kill a big, like, because your thing is like you fighting the bigger arcs is like you kill them and then you loot it together. The argument is like after you fight it, you still kill the other people, but you don't because there is a community around it.
Nah, it definitely happens, mate.
yeah,
No, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but like from like the argument that like Despawn's going in it with.
No, I didn't like this. I'll just start off the bat with that. I didn't like the experience. Again, with like with Fix, I thought the just the design of the game was a bit too confusing. It's a bit too messy. Some of it straight up doesn't work. Trying to switch between mouse and keyboard and controller, just give up. I just had to play on controller for the entire thing. For me, it just never felt like there was a viable reason to be doing loops. Like every run was just like you get in some guns and that's it. Like I know, like if I spent more time, I'd start getting to grips with it. But like the game didn't do a very good job of explaining the reasoning behind it. And I know you will say that like, oh, but that's extraction shooters. It was like, but we've had Ark that has done it right.
Ark
Like
doesn't do
Ark,
that either.
No,
Let's
but it
not
does
say
though.
Ark does that.
No, but it does because like, can I laugh?
Because you have to look for it in Ark.
No,
you
let me
have
land.
to look for. You have to go to it in Ark. It doesn't do it. You want every time we played Ark, I never interacted with any of that system because I didn't want to, and the game didn't give me a good incentive to actually interact with that stuff.
Well,
your experience with Ark is not the experience, like the definitive experience with Ark.
I don't know, man. Like, I think with Ark, like, there's a reason for upgrading or for getting certain items and like upgrading your base and your workbenches. Like, I didn't feel like that was explained well, if it is even in this game.
It is in this game.
No, it is in the game, but I agree with you, Despawn. In Ark does it in such a way that is very intuitive to the player. It's very obvious and in your face when you're going through menus of like, okay, here's your bench. And Marathon, it's not as... And again, I'm telling you this off a tired MC Fixer who didn't want to be there and didn't really want to play the game anyway. So let's just... I want that very clear, because I'm not going to base my entire opinion on this game off of just those 2 hours. I am going to play the game when it fully comes out and things of that nature. So yeah.
I think Marathon does. The problem with Marathon is the UI is just ugly. Like everything you interact with is just ugly. And like, I don't think that it gives you too much information. I think the information is just hard to look at just because of like the color palettes they choose, the fonts they choose.
Even accepting contracts. Every time you go into a contract and that big face comes up where you're like, I don't really care what you're saying, to be honest with you. Let's just move on.
100%. I think they made a lot of like really weird design choices to fit this aesthetic they were going for, and I think they absolutely nail it in that regard. But I also think that it's a little bit like sort of the word I'm looking for. It pushes people away to a degree unless you're like really, really into it and vibe with it really hard. I think one complaint that you had when we played Fix, and I agree with, and I've seen other people echo, is the want to click slots and be able to pull up those menus. That is something that I think only Arc Raiders does, even from games that do have like those sort of menus, which I think should be a default. I view that system to the equivalent of pinging in Apex Legends. That should be in every game. I don't care if I play the next Witcher. If I click on my melee slot, pull up just my melee weapon. I don't care what game it is, what genre it is. Like, I think that's such a brilliant change, and that really should have been in the game, I feel like, and hopefully that does get added. Because there's a lot of different equipment. I will say art design for like different equipment all looks very samey. So unless you're like paying attention to look at the right symbol and see like where it goes, and like you put in time to learn those systems, and like they have more than Arc, so it feels more complicated by default as well. Like there's so many more equipable slots you have in this, of like, oh, this will do you heal faster with this one. You have whatever it is with this one. They have a lot more slots for you to equip, and some of those only work in certain slots. And so the game doesn't do a great job of telling you that. But it's also like, that's not something that you get in other game. I don't know about Escape from Tarkov. There's just like a lot of like visual
Tarkov is super complex.
clutter. Yeah.
But the thing with Tarkov again is its menus are way prettier and make way more sense, because again it's more a military, type shooter, right? Like even going to like the shop to buy items and sell items, it makes more sense off the bat than what I think Marathon did. Again, we all played 2 hours plus a little bit more for you guys. So everything we're saying, and it might sound like we're being super negative because we kind of are. Let's go to some positives. It's a Bungie game. The shooting's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, there's not, you can say whatever you want about its world, its inventory system, its menu system, whatever you want to talk about. But the main component of the damn game, which is point a gun at something and shoot it, feels fantastic. Like it always does with Bungie games, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think the moment-to-moment gameplay is good. I think the AI, in so much as like the way that the NPC enemies fight, is really well done. I think it's not just a case of find out where you are and then run towards you. You see them flanking. You see they have different abilities and they use them to their fullest. I think they've done a really good job there. And again, I think sound design as well. It all sounds great. Like it all sounds beautiful. Like I've got no arguments with any of that.
I do like when you load into maps, you do have sort of Arc Raiders has these as well, but I feel like this game does a better job of like pointing you to the next step of like on a data pad or whatever it is, and there's a secret you can go and do to get more loot. I do know we had tried solving one of those in Arc Raiders, so they do exist in Arc Raiders as well.
Oh yeah.
I do think that is I don't know if I felt as rewarded with looting in this, and I don't know if that's a case of marathons here for like a week and I don't care about it. But even in Arc Raiders, I think I only cared about the loot so much as you guys tell me what I should care about, which helped as well.
I think it comes down to sound design and things like that, and maybe Marathon had it, I just didn't notice. But it's like when you pick up a big item, you get the in Arc, you get the do. Like it's those little cues. And maybe you don't notice it as much, Crash, but as someone who puts so much time into their game, you notice those little things. I think it's stuff like that helps. I think just basic, and I know Marathon has it as well, but like in Arc, because of the way the menu system is, it's so obvious when it's like a grey, a green, a blue, like I'm using those examples. Where with Marathon, again, its menu system so colourful and like out there that I don't think it's as obvious when you're picking up items in terms of rarity and things like that. It is there, but like even me and Despawn got into almost an argument because I'm like, you asked for fucking light ammo. He's like,
I didn't.
Oh well, actually, I want it. It's like, where's what ammo? It's like, it's underneath the gun. It's like, but that's not obvious. And then and you can't really blame Despawn for it not being obvious because the game's not set up to like really explain it very well unless you sit there for an hour before you play and then like, okay, let's look at the menu and
I think Marathon really needed to have a longer hand-holding session in the beginning. And I hope they do it in the full game. I understand why you might not do it. it's a hard one because like if you look at High Guard, that came out. A lot of people stopped playing during that tutorial because the tutorial was so long. And while I think like
Yeah.
Marathon needs a longer hand holding session of like here are all the systems and here's all da 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 da.
Yeah.
I think they like I think that would have a worse impact on Marathon. Where one thing I will say is because there's less clutter in Apex, I was gonna say Apex Legends Arc Raiders, it's a lot easier to just naturally find those things. Like if your curiosity makes you click a menu, you have the thing that you're looking for right in your face. In Marathon, that's not the case.
No.
And there is a lot more clutter that just doesn't need to be there, or you
Yeah.
need to handhold the player through that clutter.
Yeah, if you're gonna put like aesthetics of of a gameplay intuitiveness, then you need to do a better job of like leading players through that. Because this game is, and I don't want to use the term style over substance because there is definitely substance there, but they have focused so much on the style of it all that it is getting in the way of the game a little bit.
I thought the style in the actual world would be my problem, and I actually don't think the visuals or like the colors. I think the colors are a little bit too. I would like more vibrancy. Like they have a lot of colors, but they feel like the same tone of color a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that would be my bigger issue where that visual identity doesn't bother me. It is the menu visual identity. It's like whenever you're interacting with anything else, like my mind goes to like, oh, this kind of gives me Persona vibes, but Persona pulls it off so well. And this is like the opposite of like trying to hit that style and it just not nailing it because it's all menu systems. It just feels so tedious sometimes.
You know what it reminds me of, Crash? It reminds me of when we jumped from playing PUBG all the time to Fortnite, where PUBG is like, and don't get me wrong, we understood PUBG's menu, but like when you play Fortnite, it's like, oh, this is so much easier, and it's in terms of the mechanics of what you do in the game is exactly the same, right? Like drop, loot, fight, shoot, trade out better loot for better, and like PUBG's was very much always like, all right, now I need to drop this and drop this. And Fortnite used to be like boom, 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 done. And it's like, it feels very much like that. And the problem Marathon has is obviously you have something to compare it to. I think if Marathon comes out before Arc, I think there's a whole different perspective on this game.
I think more people are positive on it, if I'm going to be honest.
I agree.
Experience we played, yeah.
I agree, but the problem is Arc does exist.
Oh, 100%. I think especially with a $40 price tag, it's hard to recommend Marathon over Arc.
Yeah. That's the thing.
I think unless you specifically really like Bungie experiences, I don't know why. Like if somebody's like, I want to get into extraction shooters, play Arc Raiders first. It's like that would be. I'd rather
play the other one we played. Do you remember the?
No, let's not say that. Let's not.
No, I would. No, I'm being serious. I would rather play. I can't remember what it was. Not Delta. We didn't play Delta. Grey Zone Warfare.
Yeah.
I would rather play. I had more fun playing that than I did this.
Yeah.
What I will say is, Marathon kind of felt. I think Despawn said this, and I don't view it as a negative, but Marathon's very PvP heavy.
Yes.
And where you load in, people don't communicate, which I think is fine. I don't think that's necessarily negative, but the maps feel so small and feel like they push people to combat that it feels very PvP heavy. And I think people who really love PvP, I think there's going to be depth and nuance. It'll definitely have volume in that capacity. But I feel like it is almost an antithesis to extraction shooters in a way where it could be seen as an appeal for some people who really like to PvP and get in and gun and go on fights with people, but there isn't this moment of like extraction shooters have this very interesting factor of also being social slop games, similar to like BRs, where you have that downtime.
Yep.
I don't think you really have that in Marathon. Because I think you run into enemies a lot more because you do loot from enemies, and I feel like enemies are just around the places a lot more. I'm talking AI, not even players. And then players are also more likely to go like every single time we got it. I think when we were playing, every single time we got into a place and we started fighting AI, almost immediately another team came through and started fighting us as well. It just feels like it pushes you more towards that, so that there's also less of a moment to like just learn the system and enjoy the systems as well.
Yep. Yeah. I think that's the positive. Obviously, we play on the beginner maps, right? and we still had the same experience. It was like there's the same experience on beginner as there was on whatever the other map was using control for that. So I don't know what it was called.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's the downtime moments, and it is that social slop experience, not to the same degree, but it's the us just having a casual conversation while playing. It's like, oh, how's your mum? Blah 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 blah. People to the left, like that's arc, right? Where this was very much like, I need to fully concentrate on every single element of this entire experience, which is very Tarkov-like. Like Tarkov is very much like that, and that's clearly the way they've gone with it. It's there's nothing wrong with that, but I prefer the slower arc experience. I think even like the intro, right? Like intro of arc, you spawn in, and it's like pull up map. Okay, which area are we running in before we get into whatever where we're at to get into, which gives you, it might not feel, it might not be 10 minutes, but it feels like 10 minutes in like game time, like, but it's not. But yeah, I don't know. It just, weird experience.
That also is like downtime where you get to learn the game just by talking with people as well.
Yeah.
There's so much I learned, because you both played more than me. There's so much I learned about the game that I didn't need to like try going through menus and figuring stuff out on my own, because you guys just told me it.
Yeah.
Which is a big benefit of that game.
Which is also the issue with us all starting the game at the same time, right?
Yes. Yeah, very true.
Like there was no you to say, oh, this is what a shield looks like, and this is what this looks like, and this is what that looks like. It was like jump in.
I mean, that was the thing. It's like it wasn't until like 2 or 3 matches in we started like realizing that shields were a thing, like and backpacks were a thing. Sorry,
the
shields, yeah. But I will say that the shield and health packs, I got consistently confused which one was which. Looking at the health bar on the bottom,
confused.
Yeah.
No, the top one was the shield. It auto switches for you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
But like, that's not the game's fault. Like the AI is a little cluttery, but that's not the game's fault, because that's you just not paying attention.
I was paying attention. A lot of it was very much just like it was just messy.
I think both of us were a bit messy that stream. Let's be honest. You weren't paying attention that often, and nor was I. Let's be honest.
Which, to be fair, like that's partly on the game to hold your attention.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
if it doesn't hold my attention, I'm gonna zone out and not pay attention, right?
No, exactly. Absolutely. But comes out next week. I'm sure there will be some tweaks. I hope they just fix mouse and keyboard, because that was
that was such a bad look for that game. I saw so many, like, it was also like big content creators like, oh, I have to use a controller for this. Yeah, and it's like, this is.
Well, we had people in the chat that's like, oh yeah, if you change your DPI settings to like, what? Why am I having to change DPI?
They weren't saying DPI settings. They were just telling us why it wasn't working it.
Oh, okay.
No. Someone said something about rate, blah, blah, blah. Drag rate. What the fuck's a drag rate? I don't know what that means. Like,
I think I don't know enough about mice to like even
nor do I.
What it is. Yeah.
Nor do I. So like, you're already at a disadvantage if you've done that. Like, no.
Shouldn't have to know about mice.
That's just a bug. That's not.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I know.
But
I'm holding it personally against them.
Yeah,
I'm holding it against them.
I mean, it is their fault at the end of the day. Like,
no, 100%.
Say what you want. They're the creators of the game. They're the ones who put it out. You're doing a server slam, which is pretty much the game is finished. Break our servers. The game clearly isn't finished because the game didn't work properly in a multitude of ways. So, yeah. Yep. So yeah, anyone that played anything else? Crush, anything else other than Res and Marathon?
I played more Aethermancer, which I've talked about before. I've been playing that game a lot. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I've been playing that game a lot. I've been doing like a lot of random runs of that game. I'm having a lot of fun. I beat the whole thing of what's available. It's early access right now. There's new content coming out the 19th, I think, that I'm very excited for. Having a lot of fun.
Despawn, anything else you played?
A demo, a game called Alabaster Dawn. It's by the devs of Crosscode. It's an indie game. It's like a kind of like a pixel art hack and slash fantasy title. It's freaking awesome. It's a must play for me now after playing it. I played it for like Somebody at work wanted me to do a video for it. We needed some footage. I was like, oh, I'll just jump in, get 10 minutes of the demo footage. I think I played like 45 minutes. So if any of my bosses are listening, no, I didn't. Alabaster Dawn. It's a terrible name for a game, but it is a fantastic experience. It combat-wise, imagine like a isometric top-down Devil May Cry. So it's like hack and slashing, dodging, parrying abilities and things like that. They've got a skill tree so you can upgrade things and get like loads of cool abilities. And yeah, the really interesting story. I don't want to say too much about it for anyone who wants to play it, but I don't know when the game is out fully. It's supposed to be sometime this year, hopefully. But yeah, it's on my must play. So I'm going to be day one on that one.
I have the demo installed. I just installed it. This looks very cool. I like the look of this.
Yeah. So if you like pixel art kind of gameplay, yeah, it's basically like just a top-down hack and slash. It's really cool.
Fair enough. One last thing that I have played, and again, I didn't play it for work first, but then played it for work, which was Rainbow Six Mobile.
Ooh, tell me more.
You ever wanted to play Rainbow Six, but on your mobile phone?
I've always thought I do want to play Rainbow Six on the toilet. Yes.
Maybe not, but if you did, you can now. It's really good. It's really, really, really good. I had one night that I couldn't sleep, and I got out of bed, got my Xbox controller, put two pillows on my belly, put the phone like leant up against the pillows, sat there with a controller against my chest, playing ranked Rainbow on mobile. Yeah, it's everything that you're expecting. It's a simplified version of Rainbow. It's a lot of fun. Like it's the first mobile game that I think I've played for. I must have thought already. Go on.
Is it first person? Third person. The one that's like over the overhead one is the PUBG one. Over right.
That's PUBG, yeah, that's the PUBG Blackout.
So I did play a little bit of that as well.
I think it's still in a bit of a broken mess right now. I like the look of it, but it's still not. I don't think it's quite there yet, unfortunately. But yeah, PUBG, Rainbow Mobile, really, 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 really good. Really, really good. Graphically, it's a mobile game. I think they do quite a good job. It runs really well on my iPhone 17. Everything you expect to be there is there from Rainbow. I think for like someone like you, Crash, I think you'd love it because it gives me old school Rainbow, like back when everyone's just started. There's a bunch of people who don't know the characters. I think it's a great introduction for some of the newer characters that you don't know already. Mm-hmm. That you would then learn their abilities. I think it's 9 attackers, 9 defenders. I think there's 6 maps. One that's a mobile exclusive map, if I'm not mistaken, which is Summit. But yeah, really, really enjoyed it. I'm up to gold rank on ranked version now. Yeah, I mean, I must have put I did a stream the other day. I did 7 hours of just Rainbow Mobile, and then I've been playing it even more, and then playing it off as well. It's really good. Generally, I'd love to play it with. I'd love to play it with a team of people, but yeah, it's really good. Play it with controller.
Yeah,
play it with controller. Play it with controller. Yeah, play it with controller, 100%. But yeah, really, really good. If you do play it and you like it, let me know because I'll be down to do an MXAM stream. And I can stream it because I've got all the stuff that I need to. Okay. But yeah, so there you go. All right.
Here's the thing. I wonder if I can get that to run on my ROG Ally. You get emulators for mobile.
Yeah, if you use an Android emulator.
They will not let you use the BlueStack emulator. It's not. They've purposely do not want people using massive keyboard.
They don't want people mouse keyboard. That makes sense.
Do not. And from
well, a bit the
conversation which I had, it's very much like, why would you want to play this with a mouse and keyboard? We have normal Rainbow for that. It's free to play, normal Rainbow. Yeah. Go play that. Don't play mobile with a mouse and keyboard. But yeah, I really, really enjoy it. I'm open to play that game. If anybody hits me up yo, do you want to play? Yes. Every single day of the week. Yes. 100%. So All right, let's get into this week's dashboard. A little bit of news, not much to cover, but we got some Xbox news to cover, so let's do it. There has been a new update to cloud gaming and mobile. You can now stream in 1440p on Xbox Cloud Gaming on Xbox consoles, which is leveling up. They've just rolled that out. Higher bit rates as well for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members, delivering sharper visuals and responsive gameplay across supported titles and regions. That's good because I do actually I will say that I've played more cloud lately, and it does work. As much as I don't like to agree with Matt, it does work. So good to see it getting the Crash. Do not scrunch your face like that. Don't spit on the floor like that, Crash. Crash, why are you peeing on the floor now? No, stop, Crash. Stop.
Bad dog.
Why did you just poo on the floor? God
Rub his face in it.
That's
Rub his
how I
face in
feel
it.
about that.
Well, but is
God
it
damn
about
it. But yeah.
is it about cloud gaming being good or Matt being right? Which one do we not like the most?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Mostly because
Matt
Matt.
being right. Matt being
Mostly
right.
because Matt being right.
Yeah, I'm fine with cloud
Matt
gaming being
being right,
good. I've said it's been good for a while. I just don't like agreeing with Matt.
Yeah, no,
Ew.
agreed. And then this upgrade is beginning to roll out on Xbox Series XS, Xbox One X, Xbox One S consoles, and joining the Xbox PC app alongside handhelds, supported browsers, Fire Sticks, LG TVs, Samsung TVs. Cloud gaming is now out of beta, and they will continue to refine performance, etc., etc. Also, post-game recaps. They've recently rolled out the post-game recaps, a new feature available to Xbox insiders enrolled in the PC gaming preview through the Xbox Game Pass, the Xbox PC app, on Windows PC. I need to drink some water. My voice is going.
That's fine.
Carry on.
After you wrap up a gaming session, you'll start to see recaps that detail any achievements unlocked or captures taken, surface upcoming in-game events, and give you a chance to share feedback that helps us keep improving your experience. Basically,
I know we got a question about
Go on.
this, so
Okay, go ahead.
let's bring that in really quickly. From the one and only Origin Cookie Man, he says, any members of the panel in the Xbox Insider program? If so, have you tried the new post-game recap function? What do you think? If not, do you like the sounds of it? How could they improve it / develop it further? Has anyone tried it yet?
no. Oh, okay, good.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of it. I do think it's interesting. I do think some people will like it. It pops up and it shows you how much time you've played and the achievements you've gotten during.
Oh, I don't
play
need that
session when you
information.
don't have the game. Yeah, to me, it's sort of like I think I've realized why I dislike stuff like this with the Xbox app specifically. I associate that with Windows in general because it is a Windows thing, and I don't like Windows pop-ups in general. When my Windows does stuff of like, I feel like I'm getting a lot of Game Pass ads of like, here's the new stuff pop up in the little corner or whatever. A lot of like Windows updates and upgrade to Windows 11. I think I associate all of those in one thing. I don't want another Windows thing popping up, and I just felt very like negative to it. Maybe when I see it a few more times and I get used to it, I'm like, okay, this is a pretty nice feature. But for right now, I'm not the biggest fan.
Yeah, I will say I don't think that's going to change because I still get the Epic Store pop-ups every now and again, where it's like, oh yeah, this game is on sale, or this is coming up, or I installed your server for free games. That's all I need to know about. Shut up.
Alan Wake 2.
Alan Wake 2. Oh, Alan Wake 2. No, yeah,
Play it on
actually,
console?
I played it on console. Yeah.
Played on Luna.
Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, you can play it Luna now. Oh, gaming.
And that might be how I play it.
Luna?
It works.
It's on Prime.
Apparently. Yeah, it's on Prime. So Prime players can play it.
Enjoy it.
You should. Play it, Crash.
I'm not. I'm playing a better game called Resident Evil.
Yeah, good point. Carry on playing that, Crash. Keep doing your
play
job.
that.
I'm proud of you. No, I haven't had a chance to check this out yet. All my time's been wrapped up on mobile games and Resident Evil on Steam, so yeah, not used it. I don't use the Xbox PC app that often. Did for Roadside. Haven't checked out Hard Life 2 yet, which is on my list of games to play. But yeah, not got to it just yet, unfortunately. Maybe soon.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about this. Just like as a concept of like something watching my playthroughs. Not like, I know it's not like someone sat at the back at Microsoft HQ going, this guy can't get over a wall. But it's just like, let's be honest, it's AI watching your stuff, right, and like picking out things, and I'm like, I don't want that on my PC. My PC barely runs as it is. Come on, let's restart it twice before this
anything
podcast.
more. I think it's tracking whatever it's always tracked, and it's just filtering out that information to give to you for the fact. I don't think it's because it doesn't give you like super detailed of like you spent this amount of time jumping during this playthrough. Why'd you have to jump that much, huh? You fuck up your jumps. Did you fuck up the platform?
No, I just like doing it. I just like doing it. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know. I still, no, I'm good. I don't know what discernible information I get out of this that'd be like, oh, I'm so glad I know that information now.
It feels like they want. So here's the way I perceive this update to be: is they want you to have a snapshot similar to when people play a new game and they have the controller in front of them and they take the title screen with the picture with the title screen with the controller to post it. I take this as like it's very Xbox. So when you see like, oh, you got these achievements and play time, it's very much like, oh, this is your Xbox account, as sort of like subtle advertisement for Xbox is the way I took it. And so I'm not the biggest fan off of that as well. Yeah.
Fair enough. Other updates, we got ROG Xbox Ally updates. We've got improved removable storage format support, which they've now, let's read the whole thing. ROG Xbox Ally players can now easily format removable storages, including officially licensed SanDisk micro SD cards for installing and running games directly in the Xbox app. Other than that, you've got advanced shader delivery indicator. The ROG Xbox Ally and the Ally X players will now see a notice on the game loading screen of supported titles indicating if graphic shaders were pre-compiled. Advanced shaders delivery preloads game shaders drawing download, so select games launch faster and run smoother on first play. Additional improvements were also made as well on the ROG. And yeah, other than that, we've got game additions, handheld capability program, optimizing play for players. The handheld capability program makes it easier for you to identify which games are optimized for handheld play. This update is now visible on product detail pages across select Windows devices and feature in handheld capability channels on the home supported Windows handhelds. Recently, following the gameware added to the program, so you got Cache Cleaner Simulator, which is optimized, Dragon Quest 7 reimagined, which is optimized, High on Life 2, which is optimized, Reanimal, which is mostly compatible, and Star Sand Island, which is mostly compatible. And then a bunch of new games have been added to Xbox Play Anywhere, buy once and play anywhere. But yeah, lots and lots of different things being added to Xbox right now. So shout out to them. They've also added more games that have touch screen support and mouse and keyboard support on phones. So there you have it.
Oh,
good to see Xbox still improving the systems that have been put in place. Especially as someone who owns an ROG, you know, I always want to see that keep improving. I am a bit worried about the ROG. I will say that.
Really? What's up?
I feel like as games get more powerful, and I remember I've got just a normal one, not an X. As games just keep getting more, I wonder how it runs on Resident Evil on it. I'd be really interested to see how it looks and runs Resident Evil.
I mean, Nintendo Switch 2 runs it.
Yeah, but it's optimized for Switch 2.
Thank you very much, Chris.
That's true.
Yeah. That's always been like the issue with like the handhelds in general. Even like if you look at the Steam Deck.
Yeah, if it's optimized for it, then yeah, fair. But yeah. I mean, like, I'm down to test it. I'll give it a go.
Yeah. No, me too.
We'll feedback next week, yeah?
That would be well, I'd love to know how many frames you're getting and stuff. So yeah, if not even
the difference between both of you as well, because you have the X, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I got the X.
Yeah.
And now can add extra storage thanks to the easy formatable SD cards.
That is actually a really big change, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I think you could always format, but like
just format them now.
You just do it on device. Yeah. It's not like yeah.
Okay, never mind. Not that big.
And then
Yeah.
last piece of news that we have this week was is Skate in trouble. An update come out from EA's website, so I will read it. As Skate continues to evolve, we're transforming as a studio. We're reshaping the full circle to better support Skate's long-term future and focus the team on things that matter most to you and make those things great. These shifts mean making changes to our team structure, and some roles will be impacted. The teammates affected are talented colleagues and friends who help build the foundations of Skate. Their creativity and dedication are deeply ingrained in what players experience today. This decision is not a reflection of their impact, and we're committed to supporting them through this transition. Thank you. Sorry, my voice is going for some reason this week. I don't know why. Yeah, we'll leave it there, but it looks like there's been some layoffs, obviously, that have come at EA, especially on the Skate team.
Yeah. This is as well following on the back of, I don't know if you guys saw the news story that they went back on a promise of not charging extra for new levels.
Yeah, I did see this.
So not great. Not a great look all around.
I saw a TikTok that was just compiling all of the
what they said and what they did.
Say lies.
Yeah,
exactly. I don't want to say lies because I don't think it's fair, especially as someone who is a talking head for a big company. I can understand that the information that is given to said person doesn't mean they thought they were lying at that moment in time. So, but
there's no guarantee that it was
clearly.
Yeah, decisions shit. Like I said, there's no saying it was a lie. It's like it just like things change. But yeah, like I think it was the the initial tutorial level was paywalled after the fact. So like you can play it to start the game, then you're into the main world. You can never go back to that unless you pay for it now. So that's not great. Again, reviews of Skate, I know it's still in early access, have not been great. I didn't enjoy my time with it personally. Someone who was a big fan of the Skate series before. It's not looking great for Skate as a franchise right now. I'm interested to see how well this game does going forwards. And especially as we lead up to it finally getting a 1.0.
Yeah, I feel like maybe it's too late for this game.
100% too late.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate because I know a lot of people are like super, super excited for a new Skate. I just feel like they fumbled in almost every capacity.
Yeah.
Skate 2 and Skate 3 were amazing. So make Skate 4. I don't understand this whole...
It must be a live service, open world thing.
I don't understand. That's not what I want. If you just would have announced Skate 4, put out Skate 4, we would have been on this podcast talking about Skate 4 and how great it is.
I wonder if they see the numbers and they're like, we still have people dedicated that'll play Skate 3 and 2 and use our services. We could just monetize the fuck out of them with a brand new Skate and call it a really dumb name of Skate, period. Because that's a cool name. The kids are going to love it.
No, just Skate, full stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, thoughts go out to everyone affected job-wise. But I don't know what you were thinking with that one. I wasn't excited when we found out it was a live service game. I've never even tried it.
Yeah, I did, and I would say you've not missed much.
Yeah, sadly. Well, that's a shame. Crash, guess that game.
Guess that game is the game show where I pick a game. These two will take turns asking me yes or no questions. I will answer the yes or no questions. And then at the end of that, they will have to, at the end of a minute and 30 seconds, they'll have to make a guess as to what exactly the game is. Fix, what are the scores right now?
The scores are like this. Crash, you are currently sitting at the top of said leaderboard with 7 points. I am currently sitting in second with 4 points. Despawn is currently sitting with 3. I don't think he should have 3. He should have 2 still. And Matt should also get on the podcast a little bit more so he can catch us, which has 2 points at the moment.
Okay. I have timer here. I'm gonna press start. It's gonna be fixed despawn.
All right. Start. Are we done?
Yeah.
No, restart.
I'll
I
restart
weren't
it.
ready. I weren't
I'm afraid
ready.
that it's showing the reflection of the
My
game,
bad.
so I'm trying not
Okay,
to.
no, that's fine. You're good.
When
You're
I
good.
say start, you guys just start it.
Okay.
Start.
Xbox exclusive?
Yes.
First party title?
No.
Okay. RPG?
Nope.
Action adventure?
Nope.
Puzzle game?
Nope.
Shooter?
Nope.
Sports game?
No.
EA?
No.
I hate it when you do this, T-Spawn. Let's get what it is. Crap, yeah.
Right,
Is
let's
it
go
a
back
Big
to what
Four
it is.
publisher?
No.
Is
No. Yes.
It's not a Big Four. It's a big publisher. Cool, carry on.
okay. Is it? Oh crap.
I'm pausing the timer real quick.
Okay.
Somewhere it was published by a Big Four publisher. Don't ignore that. Ignore the big publisher. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Starting up the time.
Is it Souls-like?
Nope.
Is it a RPG? No. Is it? Was it made by a Japanese developer?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Is it a single player only game?
No.
Okay, so it's good player.
Okay. Is it? Okay. Is it? Oh crap. Pass.
Is it fast? No. Is it oh crap. My brain. Pass. Go back to your fix.
You guys are
Is it
out of
online?
time.
You said
You can ask. You guys can both ask.
Thanks.
Last
Yeah,
question.
we've fucked this one completely. So we've got it's exclusive to Xbox. Japanese
Like, we need to get
publisher.
a console, bro. Okay, I need to.
Yeah.
Is it Xbox One?
No.
This one, I need you to ask. I need the console.
Okay.
We've got nothing if we've haven't got the console.
Is it Xbox 360?
Nope.
Okay, so it's series because I asked originally if it was a OG. No, I didn't actually. I thought about it. No, I didn't. Never mind. Sorry. So it's either OG or it's a series console. So it's one or the other.
If it's exclusive, everyone knows how they get me. If it's an exclusive bloody OG game, I'm done.
Yeah.
Because I can't name any. That console doesn't even exist to me, which sucks. And it's just my yeah. Which it is. It's gonna be original. 100% it's original Xbox. And the reason I know that is because of the way Crash answered the publisher.
I have a guess, and I don't know if it's right. And I'm just going off on a whim.
Okay.
Original.
Me, because I just don't know
OG
who.
Xbox games. Go on, D-Spawn.
And it's me. I don't know why. I'm just thinking of an OG game, a big OG game. Crimson Skies.
Fix your guess.
Bro, all the questions we asked though, like
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think what is even exclusive on the original Xbox. Like
Japanese developer, big Japanese developer.
It's not a sports title. It's not an RPG.
It's not
It's
sports,
like
not RPG, not action adventure. Which is why I'm
Command and Conquer.
No. Unfortunately, the game was Dead or Alive 3.
Oh, okay.
For fuck's sake. It was a fighting game, bro.
Okay.
Unfortunately, none of you guys asked. Is it a fighting game?
Yeah, that's fair.
I
No,
paused
totally
at
fair.
sports.
No, you're right.
I
You're totally
paused
fair.
at sports.
It's not a
for
sports
second.
game. That's not a
Yeah,
sports game.
fighting's not a sport. You know, you can't play. I suppose
You
you
can make an argument.
I was
for it,
just
but
about to say
yeah.
you can't play sports down the pub, but you can fight down the pub. You can totally play darts at the pub. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
That's the
Dead or
sport.
Alive 3 was an exclusive.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I
Wow.
was looking this up.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yep, I don't hate that. I don't think you hoodwinked or bamboozled us. I think you are well
Definitely
deserving a
not.
point there. No.
Dead or Alive 3.
Who was the
I was surprised.
developer?
It
Is
was
it
a
always-
launch title for the OG Xbox.
Wow.
It was published in the
really?
EU by Microsoft Game Studio. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It didn't launch in Japan, and I forget where else until later down the line.
Fair enough.
But yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah,
You have a trivia for
us?
Trivia. I do have a trivia. Let me.
I know the case of this game as well. Now you've said it.
Yeah.
Like, it's the red case and all that. Like, yeah.
So when this game released in different regions, certain regions had more content than other regions. There were two ways. I'm looking for one. If neither of you guys get the one main way, but one of you guys gets the second way, I will allow that. Either the answer. How would somebody who bought the game get the content that was available in other regions? I'm gonna leave this open wide question because there is an answer that I don't think is too difficult to come up on. You really think about it.
Yeah, so it's not going to be online because it's a OG Xbox.
But the OG Xbox had online. Had an
Mm.
Ethernet port.
Oh yeah.
Bro, funny story. I used to watch live. So when I went to Barbados, they had like modded original Xboxes, and that's how they watch TV.
Yeah, for like the little TV dongle, or just modded.
Mad.
Oh,
No, just modded. Yeah, mad.
How did you get bonus, like the extra content?
One that I'm less is the second option that I'll accept if nobody gets the first option. Is more to do with modern hardware. So if you play in backwards compatibility on the 360 and today's consoles.
I mean, trying to trick us. They downloaded it. Simple.
If you can get, there's more to it. But I will say I'll give it to Fix if you don't have a more specific answer. D-Swan.
You could download those specific characters of that specific content officially from them and run it on like a burnt CD.
No. So the answer that I was looking for was you could get a booster disc from official Xbox magazine.
Didn't get that. I don't get a point.
What was that? I know. That's why I was like, one of you guys gets that. But the other option, which is you do download it, but you download it, you switch your region to the Japanese or the European region, and you can download it from that and then switch back. Which was like I think you guys, if you thought about it enough, you guys would probably get that.
Probably could have, but you know, life too short to worry about trivia. You know.
Yeah. So bonus.
Let's get the Fix the Sack. Oh, you want points? Fine. Crash is at 8. Matt's at 2. D-Spawn's at 3. I'm at 4. Crash is taking a hefty. What?
We have 5. No, you had 4 before.
No, yeah, I didn't get it.
I said I'd give it to you for the download.
Nah.
Okay.
You don't want his cheap points. You don't want cheap points. It was to win this legitimately.
I respect it.
He's going to change it after the podcast. I know it. We'll come in next week and it's 5 points.
Of course. And you'll forget. Let's get into Fix the Sack. Remember, you can email in my Xbox and me podcast at gmail.com or hit us up in the Discord like all these lovely people did. Origin Cookie Man said, this would have been from last week's news, but there's been some more stuff that's come out. So, if you had a direct line to the new CEO of Xbox Gaming via Melissa Game Pass, what one request would you make to her for the new era? Simple. Bring back Xbox exclusives. That's it's not a good business decision. That's not what you're asking me here, though. You're saying, what would I do? Bring back Xbox exclusives. It can still be on PC. I have no issue with that. But bringing in your biggest and best titles to a competitor that will not do the same is the dumbest thing ever. I don't care what anybody says. I know the money. I know the 5 million copies of Forza. I know all of that. But the damage in which that has done to the Xbox loyal fan is I'm very interested to see if it can be fixed again. Because and you can look at this 2 ways, right? You could look at they do bring back Xbox exclusives And what they've done now is give PlayStation fans a taste of Halo, a taste of Gears, a taste of Forza, a taste of Rare, and like it's like, oh, here you go. Now you have to come over here and get these if you want them. But that's what I would do. You have to keep giving people a reason to want to buy your hardware. At this moment in time, as I sit here on an Xbox podcast, I don't know if I will buy the next Xbox. Unless it is this hybrid machine, which we assume it is, then perfect. You can use it downstairs in the living room.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do.
I don't disagree with you at all. I think, you need to give a reason for people to be in the ecosystem and for people to make games for that ecosystem to start with. If you're just going to make them for elsewhere. Like, that's the thing. The argument right now would be, why buy the next Xbox if I buy the next PlayStation instead and get all of PlayStation's games, which they've now apparently said they're not releasing single-player games anywhere else, will only be on the
PC.
console. Yeah,
exactly.
So you'll only be able to play it on a PlayStation, but I'll also be able to play all of Xbox's game on that PlayStation. And if they go down a similar hybrid route, I'll also be able to play Steam games on that PlayStation. Why would I buy an Xbox? Because, like, I could get everything from Xbox on a PlayStation. Give me a legitimate reason to stay on Xbox. Because just my gamer score isn't it. Like,
can I just add on to that real quick? Because I was about to mention gamer score.
Yeah.
Give me a reason to have gamer score at this point. Like, reward me for it as well. Like, I remember back in the 360 days, and I'm not saying that you got rewarded for it, but like, you wanted to be a gamer score person. Like, you were, if you just added a simple, I don't know, something along with the Microsoft rewards or something, I think you would get me on there a little bit more.
Back in the day, they used to have that.
Achievements in the. Interesting. I think the unfortunate reality is people don't really care about that stuff anymore.
But
the gamer score.
I will be honest.
You want to care about it, but they could do anything.
Yeah, I want to care about it.
I want to. You're right. I want to. I don't. You're right.
Yeah. Once I hit 100,000, I was done. I'm like, I'm fine. Anything above this is a bonus, right? Yeah. My legitimate answer, and it's not as big for the ecosystem, but stop trying to be Phil Spencer online. Stop trying to appease the gamers. Like, just do your job. Like, I know it's like day one for her, but like the first thing I see is her talking about bringing back the blades, and I know we joked about like, you know, it was fun last week, but it's like, but I'm seeing her constantly responding, and it's not, it might not be her, it might be like her intern or whatever, but like she's constantly trying to like, yes, we shall do this, or yeah, thank you for your input on this. This is like, just get off Twitter, do your job. Run a multi-million-pound business and focus on that rather than responding to people. We don't need you to be like the contrarian online. I don't need it.
Facts. I kind of like it. So
okay. It's the fact that some of the people I'm seeing are responded to are like straight up grifters online. Like we know the types.
Yeah, but she doesn't know that yet.
Yeah.
Then she should surround herself with people who do.
It's also
but she doesn't know that yet.
But until she does, then maybe just don't do it.
No, but that's learning on the job, though. You got to learn. You have to. It's like anything in life. You know this. You got a baby. Soon, baby, they have to make mistakes to learn.
I'm gonna disagree with you. She's the fucking CEO. She's not like.
She's not the public PR.
She's not just a random. She's not a Matt Booty. If Matt Booty were to be doing what she's doing, it's like, it's Matt Booty. He's not. Yeah. He's not the CEO. She is the CEO of Xbox now. I get what you're saying, Fix, and to a sense, I agree. But she's also the CEO. You know. Yeah.
She's going to make decisions that involve closing studios at some point. Maybe that's a decision she'll have to make at some point. Get off Twitter and just focus on those kind of decisions. I don't need you like responding to grums about what you want to bring.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. I mean, for me, the thing that I would want, stop making promises. I don't want like this is. I don't want, not necessarily stop making promises, but stop talking about like, oh, this. Don't come out and talk about like, this is going well, or this is what we're doing, or only for a week later, or 2 weeks later, or a month later, or whatever, for something to change. I understand that you'll still have like plans changing and like companies are volatile to a degree. Stuff has to change. But I feel like at the height of it, Phil and Sarah Bond, to their detriment, like to a degree, made a lot of comments about stuff that they maybe necessarily didn't need to, and it was stuff they were excited for, but it was like you made the comment too soon, you gave people hope, and then you pulled that hope away. Like I think that's probably the biggest walk into a rake moment Xbox has had over the series generation in general, and so I'd love for that to just not be as often of a thing. I think this happens with every company. I think it happens with Sony. I think it happens with Microsoft. Microsoft just does it so much, or has done it so much. I feel like since Phil Spencer's gone quiet for a little while, and Sarah Bond as well, that it hasn't happened as much. So I hope that's something that continues to go forward.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm saying. Like leading into that, like I don't just mean Twitter, but like just don't talk to everyone constantly. Just do the job. Let the results of the job do the talking, and just focus on like doing a good job. I don't need hire a PR team. You've got a PR team, right? Let them do that job.
She made the comment about exclusives and heard you, and people are going to have dissertations about how that means exclusives are coming back. Exactly. I can tell you, exclusives are probably never coming back to Xbox, unfortunately.
Which big statement.
You think they're coming back at some point, Fix?
Do I think Xbox exclusives are coming back? In some form, yes. I think there might be a way that they come back. Yes.
I don't. The reason I don't is because as much as Xbox might want it, and as much as she might want to do it as the head of Xbox and be like, this is probably really good for Xbox, I don't think it's good for Microsoft's bottom line. And I think that will always win out.
What I do think is they've gone too far in the day and date. And that's what I mean by my statement of exclusives.
I think they could do like timed
day and date. Fable being day and date is fucking
crazy.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree with that.
When your competitor, all you have to do is look across the street and go, well, they're not doing this. And we got way more money than them. And yeah, don't get me wrong, we spent a lot more money than them on, all these big companies.
$600 billion,
but this is that's ridiculous. Like, Forza was a 4-year-old game and sold well. So waiting a year for Fable to come out might have been the smarter play. Like, for a loyalist. That's all I'm saying. So, in some form, I do think exclusives may come back in some way.
That's just me.
That's just me.
I think it'd be hard to put that rabbit back in the box.
Full on exclusives, yeah. You can't.
I think once that floodgate's open, it's open. It's like it's going to be a hard. It's not just a hard sell to consumers, but like it's going to be a hard sell to the business of like where like imagine like Ash is in a meeting with Satya or however she needs to discuss this with and be like, oh yeah, we're not gonna put games on other places that make us millions anymore because we're worried about brand loyalty. It's like this. Satya's just going to turn around and go, no, we want the millions. Just focus on the millions.
Yeah.
It's like it's
short-term game versus long-term game, though.
Yeah. But that's it. Like it's going to be a harder sell now that it's done, and it's like they've got tangible proof that it works.
Is it short-term gain off of long-term game? Is the question that I would ask. I think it's like the reason I don't think so is because you don't make money off of hardware, and people are buying your game already. Like, I don't know how accurate that necessarily is.
I do think long term you make money off hardware. The early stages you don't. Obviously, hardware's super changed now, by the way. So that hardware right, if we're comparing it to conversations of right this precise second, obviously different conversation to what we're talking about previously. But yeah, no, you're not wrong. I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying, but time will tell, I guess. Time will tell. Next question comes from Stead, who says, am I the only one who has pretty much no interest in the Halo remake? I just don't see myself wanting to replay Halo 1 again. And I don't even do multiplayer.
You're lucky because you don't have to do multiplayer with the remake because it doesn't have any. You might be the only. No, I'm sure there's other people out there. I'm not one of them. I'm excited for the Halo remake. It's been years since I played Halo 1. I mean, it still holds up, but it's like I'm interested to see how this is going to land.
I'm kind of with Stead here. Yeah, oddly enough, like I think my favorite part of Halo 1 is the Flood and the use of the Flood in it. And I don't think we've seen anything from the remake of the Flood yet.
Nope.
So I think once I see that, maybe my excitement goes up. But as of right now, it doesn't. I'm not really. There's not a whole lot of interest for me right now.
Yeah, I mean, I will say like my levels are like I'm not hyped like for it, but like I'm more like interested in playing it, like if that makes sense. And I think that's solely because I'm going to get it on Game Pass. Because I've got access to it on Game Pass when it comes, like I'll be able to play it through that for no extra cost. So like I know that like I've got that to look forward to in some point. Like if I didn't have Game Pass and I had to pay for it, I'll be less inclined to like be interested in it. If that makes sense.
I don't know, fair.
Don't take what I'm going to say wrong, but the question is no interest. I want to say I'm excited, but I have interest in it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Again, I'm not a big Halo guy, as most people know. I have played Halo 1, but couldn't really tell you the story, if I'm being honest with you. Like, it's just a game that I probably played with a few friends during the Master Chief Collection. So if they can... This could be one of those games where I could fall in love with the franchise, like I did with Final Fantasy and people have with Resident Evil and things. So I've really enjoyed a lot of Dead Space and things like that. So I've really enjoyed a lot of remakes. So if they can get this one right and really expand on the story of Halo, I know obviously Halo 1's got a great story anyway. But yeah, I wouldn't say I have no interest. I wouldn't say I'm excited either. I'm just ready for it to be here. Play it and experience it.
Just to temper your interest, I don't think they're expanding on the story that much. I think it is going to be like a shot-for-shot remake. I think it's very much a case of like a couple of extra levels. That's it.
Yeah,
they're prequels.
But
so, like,
to be fair, I do think if they like how they do the Flood, I think that could be something that does pull fix in, depending on how it's done and
how it looks, and yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Last question, boys. We have from Top Lift 91, who says, with the way younger generations are engaging with gaming, are single-player narrative games a dying breed?
Nope.
No. I think single-player narrative games just haven't been. I think there's been a lot of like rehashes and repeats and like not a lot of like exploration into doing stuff and stuff getting dumbed down in favor of the aspects in gaming that sell well and do a lot of money. And I think that notoriously just doesn't do well, whether you're looking at even outside of gaming in movies, you could look at the same thing, like how movies aren't doing as well as they used to. Part of that reason is that it's a constant rehash of stuff. And so I do think that gaming sort of the bubble burst in gaming. And these companies that throw in money are like, I think Player Obscure is a sign that like single player games aren't dying. Once like there is more of a creative foothold, you might see on the larger scale, but I'd argue you've never really seen single player games really die to find the creative ones if you wanted it. I think.
Just off Steam alone yesterday, there were 344,214 people playing Resident Evil Requiem. So
yeah,
I don't think that's at one time, by the way. That's not.
Yeah.
Like, you do the math on that, times 70 is 24 million.
I also think an important thing to do is where like people look at the numbers being broken. A lot of times it's multiplayer games because of like the fact that you play with friends, but it's also multiplayer games tend to be the in-between games of like, I'm waiting for that next single player experience to have. I'm going to play multiplayer games because it's a constant and it's always there.
I do get what he's saying in terms of from a younger audience. So I do understand where the question comes from.
So I will say
where some gamers are only playing Fortnite, they're only playing League, they're only playing,
Yeah, so I will say that just from personal experience, I have my nephews pop around all the time, and it's like anytime they're here, it's like they've got their iPads out, they're playing Roblox and Minecraft. Like,
Yeah,
like they're
but
not.
to be fair, when I was younger, everybody was playing Call of Duty, and you wouldn't
True.
have said that multiplayer games killed single player games in my generation either. You
No.
know?
True.
I think it's just the fact of like as people age, they start wanting more experiences, and once they've had those new experiences, you could argue that the focus on iPad means that less kids are going to be trying, possibly trying new experiences and stuff like that. But I do think that the Switch getting stuff like Resident Evil and like the Switch getting more of these third party games on their platform does kind of help single player games thrive with the younger generation to a degree, because like those games just completely missed out on, if they didn't have an iPad, they were playing on the Switch or something like that.
Not even just younger players though. I think I remember going to the firework night with Haley and talking to one of the parents there, and he was like, "Oh, I hear you're into gaming." I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm playing Cyberpunk right now on my Switch too." And I'm like, "Huh?
How does it run?
That's why that's there."
Yeah.
But, like, and he's like, "Oh, I absolutely loved it," and and I'm there like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I wouldn't dream of playing that on my Switch too. Like,
Yeah.
I've got a PC for that,
PC for that, yeah.
or my Xbox or PlayStation." But you're right. Like, that is a great gateway into these worlds. So, yeah. Let's plug, and get ourselves out of here. Crash, what you got to plug this week?
Podcast reviews like every week. If I go on here, I said I wouldn't do it, but I'm going to do it again this
Every
week. If I
week.
open this up, and I'm about to open it up, and there's no new, I got nothing to plug this week. There's absolutely nothing to plug, nothing worth plugging this week.
Wow.
Let me check real quick. Did we win this week?
While you're checking this week, I will say that I will
No.
plug the Resident Evil D&D podcast, one shot, whatever you want to call it. Our D&D inspired in Resident Evil on the YouTubes. Go check it out. It's a nice little precursor to jumping into Requiem if you've not done so already. And if you have already played Requiem and completed it, it's a nice little added extra to play in the end.
Agreed. What have I got to plug?
I've got a plug for you. All of
my
your
YouTube
Resident
channel.
Evil content, yeah.
Yeah, you go check out my socials. I've been putting out lots of content, so go and check them out. You know, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Go subscribe. MC Fixer everywhere. Go check it out. Go check it out. Go check it out. Sorry about my voice this week. It keeps coming in and out. I'm sorry. I don't know why. But until next time, we'll love you, leave you. See you later. Goodbye.
Oi.